Squadron Lieutenant Colonel Laura Caputo.
General Clark, Colonel Zoni, Colonel Gagne, Colonel Smith. Two more. Thank you. I'm humbled and I appreciate the opportunity. I promise you will get my 110% in this job. Leaker, thank you for all of the outstanding work that you did with the OSS. You're handing me a great squadron and I really appreciate it. To my operations support squadron, to all of you that are out there. I'm embarrassed to admit that I spent the majority of my career not considering the kind of officer and leader that I wanted to be. And one fateful night in March of 2013, I received a very sad phone call from my husband in the middle of the night. At the time, he was serving as the commander for the Green Mountain Boys out in CENTCOM. And he made some decisions that I have no doubt he regrets to this day, and they left lasting ramifications on his career. I had a very unique perspective of watching it unfold as that of through the lens of Green Mountain Boy and fellow colleague, and also through the lens of wife, family member, and mother of our children. They were very hard times for me. I witnessed outstanding leadership. I'm very sad to say that in my opinion, I also witnessed very disappointing leadership in the Air Force. And it was at that point in my career that I dedicated myself to becoming a great leader. It's at that point in my career that I realized that the decisions commanders are faced with will leave a very lasting impact on not only the morale of the unit they're leading, which will in turn result in mission success or not success, but also, and equally as important, will leave lasting ramifications on a unit member's professional and personal life. My charge is to face these obstacles with this squadron. I will come upon decisions like that. And I promise you, as your commander, I will take those decisions very seriously and execute them to the utmost of my ability. With moral conviction and understanding, with full clarity, that the decisions I make will not only affect our esprit de corps and therefore our mission success, but also will leave lasting ramifications upon your personal and professional lives. I look forward to those challenges. There are many possibilities out there, and I look forward to the future that is in front of us today. I'm ready for it. I hope that you're ready for this journey with me. Now, I couldn't possibly leave this stage without saying thank you to all of the people that have supported me in getting here. And clearly, from all of the people in civilian clothes in the room, the list is very long. And I don't plan on leaving the stage until I thank everyone, so if you start playing that music in the background, like during the Oscars, to get me off, I'm not leaving. I'd like to start with the volunteers from the community outreach team. Your selfless service has truly taught me what selfless service is about. Thank you for that. To my intelligence shop, you guys suffered through me trying my leadership legs on. You taught me about the mission, and you taught me about leadership, and you suffered through some crazy ideas like bus up time. Incidentally, that idea is not going away now that we'll swap. To these amazing, beautiful women in the audience, who I'm honored to call my friends. And this part, by the way, gets teary, and my daughter likes to say, and so does my sister, that I cry if the wind blows the wrong way, so we started hanging out around 8 years ago when our babies were young. We would put them to sleep, and we would all meet at someone's house with wine to whine and lament about motherhood, and oftentimes laugh, most of the times laugh. And you have become a support network to me that I could not live without. I tell people that I am a stay-at-home mom. I'm not a stay-at-home mom. I'm a part-time working mom who is supported by a platform of stay-at-home mom and other working moms. You guys step in for my family and take care of things that we couldn't do without you. Kate just picked my kids up this week from school because I thought a babysitter was going to be there and she didn't show up. Kate, as a matter of fact, I'd like to recognize especially because she truly is like a second mother to my children. I'm Pooter's wife. I call Kate my wife. I'm not sharing her. In addition to that, they even stepped in to set up all the food for the reception today. So thank you very much. I am honored that you're my friends. To my mother and father-in-law, You guys had our backs through those entire tumultuous times, and you still do now. You're always willing to come up for drill weekend, take care of our kids when we need. Chris and I kind of live a crazy dual military life, but you guys are always there for us, and I really appreciate it. To my sister Beth, who gives me the support that only a sibling can give you who share the same upbringing. She's managed to make it to every single one of my major military accomplishments, from my commissioning to my pilot training graduation. She came out to beautiful San Angelo, Texas, for my detail school graduation when Chris couldn't make it for the ORE. And if that's not enough support, late in the night after that graduation ceremony, and after I had a few too many drinks to drive, she took me through the late night drive-through window at the Taco Bell and ordered the cheesy chalupa. Thank you for making the trip from Chicago on the air. I really appreciate it. To my mother, who has always marched to the beat of her own drum. I think that you gave me that aspect, and you always taught me to be independent, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And finally, and most importantly, my family. Lily, you are so positive that you make me look like a Debbie Downer. I only wish that I could have your attitude on life. When your dad and I put you through some crazy things like moving to Texas and leaving him back for 8 months, you don't even look back. You skip on to that next adventure. And your ability to take on these challenges with such a positive attitude is inspirational. This is for you, for later. I love you. Cal. Cal, for you in the audience, is my biggest fan. Chris sometimes thinks that means he's a mama's boy. I think it means he loves me more. Cal, I know you don't love it when I go to work. As a matter of fact, a couple months ago, when I was explaining to Cal why I was going to work, he was asking me why do you have to go to work? And I was explaining to him that it's really important for me that he sees women in the workplace too, so when he grows up and marries someone, if she wants to stay home and be a mom, that's great. If she wants to go in the workforce and be a mom, that's great as well. And Cal said to me, but the mothers are supposed to stay home and do the laundry. And I thought, that's right, I gotta keep going to work. Buddy, I know you don't like it when I go to work, but I appreciate you reaching deep down and being strong. Now, it's okay. Now, don't kick this in the house, okay? And finally, to my husband. What do you say to the man who is not only an amazing father and husband, but is also the officer that was the catalyst to your career and taught you 90% of what you know about leadership? You, Chris, taught me how to handle yourself when the chips are down. You taught me how to put your nose to the grindstone, no matter what you're put on. You taught me how to take the higher road. And most importantly, when that event was unfolding 3 years ago, I was very bitter and angry. And you didn't seem to be as angry as I was. I asked you, I said, how can you not be so mad, so angry? How do you give so much? When I felt like injustices were done. And you said to me at that time, you said, Laura, leadership is not about the people above you, it's about the people below you. And if all leaders in the Air Force led that way, it would be a very different force. Thank you very much. I take that charge, and I take those lessons you taught me, and I will use them in this career. Now, before you let that get to your head, know that you've created a monster. So, instead of flowers, I expected that you would probably need this for our side, and the sentimental compliments have been given. The hard work lies ahead, and I am ready.